What's up, everyone? Welcome back to a new episode of It's Not Them, It's You. I haven't posted the past 2 weeks. I'm very sorry about that. Last week, I've just been insanely busy. I just didn't have a single second to record anything. And 2 weeks ago, I was insanely sick. So I just couldn't even speak. So, of course, I couldn't record if I can't speak. But now we're back, and I promise I won't skip on you again. So this week, I want to talk to you about friends. And more so, how to know who are your real friends and who are just people that you kind of surround yourself with that are I don't know, I wouldn't say bad friends necessarily, just people that don't really fit. So first off, I want to define what a friend is. That is different from person to person, so you might have a different definition of a friend than I do, but I still want to let you know what I think a real friend is. A real friend for me is reliable. Whatever it is, they'll be there. Of course, depending on their situation, they can't always be, but they'll always try to be there and stand up for you and with you. A real friend is a person where you can feel the goodness of their heart. You can feel their energy just radiating with positivity whenever you're around them. You can feel your energies becoming one. Matching energies are so important, and I need you to really sit back and just take it in from time to time. Take in the energies that you're feeling and try to see and recognize how you feel around certain people. A good friend is also someone that will tell you when you did something wrong, someone that will check you, someone that will want the best for you, and someone that will try to help you be a better person. That might not always be comfortable, but it is necessary. And you will feel when someone is doing something for your own good versus when they're doing it simply for themselves. A good friend is someone you don't have to speak to every single day, but whenever you do speak to them, whenever you see them, it's like no time has passed. It's like the connection could never be severed by nothing or no one, because it's just so natural. It's just so real. You know what I mean? And I hope that every one of you guys has someone like that in mind. And I want you to just be thankful for these people. I want you to also tell them, please tell your friends how much they mean to you. Tell them how much you love them and how much they helped you become a better person. Because we forget to tell people how much they actually mean to us. And sometimes you feel like you're not appreciated enough, and you don't want your friends to feel the way you do. Okay? Appreciation is so important. I don't see my best friend as much anymore, but every time we do see each other, we just do the most random ass shit. We go grocery shopping together randomly because why not? And I told him last time, I was like, bro, I swear, I feel like you're literally my favorite person in the whole entire world. We've been through so much together, and he's just always been there. And the other way around, he tells me too, bro, you've always been there no matter what. And it's just nice to hear that. It's just nice to know that someone appreciates you, someone hears you, someone sees you, someone feels you. And I know that you feel your friends too. It's so important to get in touch with your feelings, show what you feel, tell them how you feel. Because that is literally, I don't even know. I'm kind of drifting off, but I'm just so full of love right now. I don't even know why. It's been a good day today. It's been really sunny out for the first time in a while, and I just been appreciating every second. I want you to observe the people that you surround yourself with. You might have different friend groups that you hang out with, not only the same one, maybe you have different ones. And probably there's a reason why these two friend groups aren't one big friend group, right? And I want you to observe it and try to feel what kind of energy you're getting from your different friend groups. There might be one friend group where you're just like more deep and more like talkative, and another friend group where you're just more like just having fun. And neither of those are like a bad thing. They can exist next to each other. It's not that one is better than the other. I feel like it's important to have that. But you will realize that there are certain friends that you can do both with, and there are others that you can't. So I just need you to observe the energy. Why do you feel like you can't? Is it something that you do or not do? Is it something that they do or not do? Or do you just not feel compatible like that? You know what I mean? It's not like you don't like them. Just there are people that you just like connect differently to than other people, and that's fine. But just observe your relationships. You will realize that different friend groups have different energies. And I want you to maybe pick a dynamic in those friend groups that you like better. It's not that one is better than the other. Just one that you like better. One that you feel more nurtured in, kind of. And now I want you to think about why that is. What do these friends give you? What do they make you feel? What gives you that feeling of depth and connection? Now that you know and feel the connection you have to your friends, I want you to be very clear about what kind of people you surround yourself with. Like, for example, I feel like it's very important to surround yourself with people that feed you knowledge, that feed your soul. Like people that will always like have some kind of input, make you think about things in a different kind of way. Just, you know, like people that make you grow, people that let you grow and that help you achieve maybe not like your physical goals, but your spiritual goals. You know what I mean? Like, for example, you're not feeling well and you talk to your friend about it and you tell him, look, I just really want to feel like something matters. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the times we feel like nothing really matters. And you tell your friend, okay, look, I just want to feel like all of this matters. Your friend will try, hopefully, to give you a different perspective on things. They will talk to you about the good things in life, and they will try and help you understand why the bad things in life happen. You know what I'm trying to say? Like just people that feed your soul. Someone that makes you jump over your shadow and do the work for yourself to be a better person. So how do you know if someone does that? Like, how can you tell? I feel like I've explained it pretty well already, but I want to give you an example. A few weeks ago, I've been hanging out with a friend. I've known him since kindergarten. I love this man so much. We don't see each other a lot, but when we do, it's just always very deep. Like, we talk about spirituality a lot and how to, you know, improve yourself, how to make money, how to do things, right? And I remember very clearly we were sitting in the pool, we were talking, and we were having a really good talk. And then he mentioned something that I already forgot that happened like, I don't even know, maybe a year ago even? I don't even remember. And he was like, look, what you said there, I don't think you should have said that. Let's not do that again. And I completely forgot about it again. And when he said that, at first I felt like, I was like, damn, is he mad at me? Like, you know what I mean? I know he wasn't mad at me, but the feeling you get is like, damn, is he mad at me now? But then I had to like realize he's not saying that to hurt me or to make me any less of a good person. He told me so I can grow and learn from that experience. And I was like, look, you're absolutely right. I shouldn't have said that. And I'm sorry. And I've learned from that. And it's just crazy how people, you know, perceive things so differently because I already forgot about that. But he didn't. And he was like, hey, look, I don't think you should have said that. And he was completely right. So instead of getting offended, I was really thankful for him telling me that. Because that is what makes you grow. as a person. If your friends won't tell you what they think is wrong, you can never learn from it. So I want you too to tell your friends when they do something that you don't necessarily agree with. Of course, it always depends on the situation, but it's very important that you do. Something I also want to talk about is when friends that you've had for a long time aren't really on the same level as you anymore. Like, you feel like your lives have just become so different and so, I don't know, maybe not really relatable to each other anymore. And I want you to understand that being in different phases in life does not mean you're incompatible. It doesn't. It always happens. Sometimes you grow faster than others. Sometimes they do faster than you. But you can still push yourself. You can push each other to become better. You can help each other. And if that's the case, then you really found a good one. Circumstances will always be different. They might be different tomorrow. They might be different next year. You never know. But it's important to understand that your friends are not you. They might be doing things you don't understand for reasons you don't understand. That doesn't mean that they're, less of a respectable person. Sometimes you just need to have a conversation and really look deep and see what's making my friend do and think and say these things. And you will realize that most of the people that you choose to hang out with, hopefully, have a lot of deep thoughts, like thoughts that you can really get into and understand and talk about and debate. And I just feel like it's so important to do that as a friend. And also, sometimes you just need to be like, yo, that's fucked up. And they might not understand, and that's also okay. You don't always have to agree. So it's very important that you let your friends criticize you. Of course, we only want constructive criticism. It doesn't help us to just say some mean shit and go on with our days. But just as I told you the example where my friend told me something, sometimes I tell him stuff that I don't agree with, and that's okay. And we can still laugh at the end of the day, and we can agree most of the time. And if we don't, that's fine. You don't need to agree on everything to be good friends. I promise you. Side note, I've actually been doxxed 2 weeks ago. And that was someone that I would consider, not really a good friend, more like someone I know. Someone I was friends with, but kind of grew apart because we had very different political opinions. And that person decided to post personal information, my personal information, on their public Instagram story. And I was baffled because they knew that it's private and no one needs to know all these things. Simply because I posted something on a note on Instagram, the ones where you, when you go to your DMs up above, there's the notes you can write or music you can put. I wrote something there that she didn't like, so she went on a 5-story rant on about how I'm a shitty person and just, leaking personal information that nobody needs to know. And I was just I can't even describe the word. I was baffled. That's what it was. And some other people that I know that I would consider actual friends, they were like, what is going on? Who does this person think they are? Right? And I told them to not say anything, so I handled it myself. It was kind of silly. By the end of it, they called me and they cried for 1.5 hours on the phone, begging me to not involve the law. They even offered to come clean my house on a leash. And they would post it to their story as long as I don't involve the law. And it was insane. I actually told them I wasn't gonna go. Not because I felt sorry for them, because I didn't. I don't care how much you cry after you did me wrong. Simply because I don't have the time to go to see the cops. I just don't have the time. But it was like an interesting experience. And I'm very happy nothing happened, because if something was to happen after that, then I would definitely go and involve the law. But thankfully nothing happened. I'm fine. Yeah. But that was like insane. And then I met another friend. This is kind of becoming like a little gossip right here, but I don't care. I met up with another friend that also knew this other person. And they told me something that was even more shocking, right? Because this person that doxed me is very, like, liberal. You know what I mean? And they, like, everything they stand for, they went against when they did what they did to me, right? And then also, they did some crazy shit to my other friend because, I can't really go much further into it because I don't know how comfortable these people feel with me talking about it, but it was fucked up. And it's just, like, crazy to see how your trust, even by people that you don't feel like you trust very much or have to trust very much, can be misused. So I want you to be careful who you tell what to, okay? This is not one of the people I've ever considered a very good friend, but it's just crazy how fast people can switch on you because of politics. So I chose to take a break from politics completely. I've not been on Instagram. I've not been on TikTok. I've not been on any news websites, even that. Because I like to read news, but it's just been too much. We're all getting, like, splitted into different groups. And now we're all just fighting each other. And it's gotten too much for me. So I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to read about politics. Right now, I really just want my peace. And that's crazy coming from me, because I actually am very interested about politics, but I just can't take it anymore. This has become such a shit show. I cannot take it anymore. Yeah, so we kind of went off the path a little bit. Let's get back on. What is really important is that you do not need to speak to your friends every day in order to be best friends or really good friends, okay? Most of my friends, I see them maybe once a month. One of my really good friends, I see him like once every 6 months. That doesn't mean I don't like him as much. I love this man to death. We just don't have enough time, and that's okay. But every time we meet, it's like we've never been apart. The energy is just there. The conversations are just awesome. Like, last time I was with my one friend, we talked for 7 hours straight. We didn't use our phones or nothing. We didn't even notice how fast the time passed. Also, what I really loved was he's Lebanese, actually. And we made a Lebanese dish that I haven't tried before. He invited me to his home, and we made it with a little bit of help from his dad. But it's just like, it's so nice to be involved in your friend's culture and to learn and, like, oh my God. Yeah. I feel like that's like what a real friend is. You know what I mean? Like, you just get to experience so many new things. You get to learn things. And it's just so awesome to have good friends. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just so thankful for these people. I can't say it enough. I'm so thankful for the people I have, especially because as a kid, I didn't really have any friends. So now being able to have all these people and to connect to all these people means so much to me. And I tell my friends all the time, because truly having what we have is something that not a lot of people get to have. And I truly hope that every single one of you guys gets to find a friend that feels like their soul is part of yours. In order to build a friendship like that, I want you to understand, you need to do things out of love, never for love. Do things because your heart is full and you want to give. Never do something because you expect something in return. People feel that energy. people feel the difference, and they can't appreciate something when they feel you wanting something in return. But they will appreciate it if you give it freely. And they will want to give you something back freely as well. Energy is something that you need to pay attention to. And when you do, you will realize that people respond to energy subconsciously. When you do something with a negative energy, people around you will react to it. They might not notice the energy being around them, but they will react to it. So I need you to control your own energy. Sometimes you can't. I'm aware of that. But just, you can choose your motive. So I want you to do that. And I want you to choose good. I want you to choose love. What's your motive? Love. There we go. That's literally all we are here for. We're on this planet to give love, to feel and appreciate love. And I feel like a lot of us need to give more of that. Everyone's so scared to give away their positive energy and their love and their, I don't even know what. I'm not scared of that. I'm very picky about who I give it to. But I never regret being my truest self, and I never regret being honest and loving. Ever. Why would I? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Sometimes I sit back and think, they didn't really deserve that. But at the end of the day, I have to realize that everyone deserves love. Just not mine. But I wouldn't take it back if I could. Whatever I gave to you, it was a gift from my heart. And I want you to have that. Whatever you do with it, that's your choice. One last thing I want to talk to you about. Maybe during this video you realize that some of your friends aren't exactly what you're looking for in a friend. And you might feel like you don't want to continue being friends with them. Or maybe you've been thinking about someone for a longer period of time that you don't know if you want to be friends with them or not. That decision is completely up to you. But before you cut someone off, talk to them. A lot of people are so caught up with their own problems and feelings and things they're going through, they don't even notice what they're doing wrong. Some people don't notice when you're hurt or when they hurt you. And the only thing you can do against that is talk to them. Tell them whenever you feel like you're being treated unfairly. Tell them whenever you feel like you're not heard or not seen enough. Please talk to your friends. And if you realize that they're not up for a conversation, or you realize that maybe they just don't care enough, then it's time to let go. But never let go when you're filled with anger. Leave because you're full of love, but that love is no longer deserved by someone else. So now you got to give it to yourself. Don't leave because you're angry at someone else. Leave because you love yourself enough to protect yourself. If there's any questions, please leave them down in the comments. Leave a like, that will really help me and the algorithm. Yeah, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much.